A new day. I'm fooling around with this Greaves 1961 Greaves 250 front end, trying to figure out if it'd make a good chopper front end. I don't know. How would that look on that thing? Who knows? Waiting for my phone to clear. We'll keep going here. I think today we'll take a walk around the property and see what's happening. I didn't mention before this Springer front end I have here, which is pretty long. I can't really see it very well, but it's in there. Thinking about putting that on one of the bikes. We don't know which one yet. But I thought I'd take you for a little tour of the property. Okay. This is behind the shop here. This goes up the mountain and then up over to the other side. And we come out here. And there's my fence line. Right behind the big tree. That's Grandma. And there's Grandpa tree. They're kind of nice. And we'll walk around here. This is my spare metal parts that I use for projects I keep out here. It looks like quite a mess, so it's organized though. One of these days I'll do something with that aluminum beer can. Okay, let's take a look here. There's all the cars parked. There's the old greenhouse. And this is my strawberry garden. And also other vegetables. We'll keep walking. There's a big old buckeye tree. Provides beautiful shade during the winter and the summer. And we'll just keep walking down here and see what everything looks like. I love the solitude of this area, walking around. Listening to the various birds. Usually there's a couple of hawks that are hunting down here during the day. And as evening sets, we get owls running around. One time I set up my game camera and I put some turkey bones out there from Thanksgiving. And we had foxes and what are those creatures? Oh, I had a big old buck come and stick his nose in it. And then some coyotes. I'll have to dig through those pictures and figure out what else I had, but it was pretty cool. We're down in the area that used to be, if you see this fence line, I used to go all the way down there to where those fence posts are. And this was our lower pasture where we kept our horses. It was pretty funny because folks would come and want to see the horses, and by the time they'd walk down from the house, they'd be exhausted. It's like, how do you do that? I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to the fact that we had to walk down here. God's beauty everywhere. The trees, you just never know when they're going to just fall down and give you wood. We try and keep the trees as healthy as we can. You can see that we mow everything and we weed whack. I try and get the areas that I can't hit with my riding lawnmower with my weed whacker, so I don't have to use any sprays of any sort, or those poisons that kill everybody and kill everything. Now this gate here we're walking to, there used to be a fence that went straight up the hill to there. came back down here, and we had a two-way gate. So this was the middle pasture here. Walk down here, you can see the creek bed. I'll show you where the creek is. And this is back up, looking up at the property again, and way up there, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's the house. And come back down here. I love these rocks and trees, it's so beautiful. That big old tree up there just fell down on the neighbor's property. Love to cut that one up and use it for firewood. But this is where the creek flows. It flows down here, through here, and then down over those rocks. And it's really beautiful when it's flowing. Come around here and you can see up to the middle pasture. We come up here. I remember one time about 2 o'clock in the morning, I got woken up by Skaya. She was our Arab mare, and she was just a snorting and a yelping. So I came down here, and there was a big old mountain lion. It was up in that tree there, and she was just running around, quite frantic, I suppose you'd say. So I went back in the house, and I obtained a firearm. I don't know what I was thinking I was going to do with it, but anyway, and I parked my pickup up above with the headlights heading down in here. And then I started walking down here, but by the time I got down here, the horse had calmed down and the mountain lion was gone. The next morning I went down and looked, and man, the size of those paw marks clawing up that tree or something. So anyway, so this is the middle pasture. Let me come back around here. This fence line here goes to the corner where there's another gate, and it used to go down all the way down there, so the middle pasture here was pretty fun. The horse loved this one because the neighbors had a horse called Fire. And Fire was a quarter horse, and he used to hang out here at the fence line with Skaya. They became pretty good friends. All right, we're going up through here now. This area here, we didn't ever have the horses in. We kept them in the 3 pastures. It's pretty nice. In the heat of the summer, it seems like when I come down in here, it's always just really nice and cool, refreshing. There's a manzanita tree. I've been trying to find a straight enough branch on that thing to make a walking stick. I see everybody with these manzanita walking sticks, but I can never find something just straight enough for that. And if you look through that little path there, I've got to get up in there and cut all those weeds out the next couple of weeks to give us a good fire break. All right, if we look down here, that gate and the other gate separate the front pasture from the center pasture. Here's the old fence line. Went down there and all the way up there. And here is the front pasture and the neighbor's house, of course. We're going to walk along here, and that white thing there was a failed attempt at controlling the squirrels. You spend 40-50 bucks for a little container of food that the squirrels all take, and it's supposed to get rid of them, but it didn't ever seem to do anything except make them bigger and fatter. You can see up the hill there, it's kind of fun. I cleared all that area for a fire break. I like to clear underneath all the trees. This is a fire wood pile that's going to have to be burned pretty soon. We try and get everything loose that's hanging down too low, pile it up and burn it before the fire season starts. I like the way these trees here are. You got a couple of buckeye that give you lots of shade, and then the old mighty oaks over here that give us our firewood. That's a kind of a weird spot there. Got to fix that one of these days, but I probably won't. Back when the horses were in here, we had that real nice and tight. Okay, going up the hill here. There's the old gate right there for the front pasture where we used to bring the horses in. You look up that way, you can just see the Doughboy pool and the house. And looking back down, it's just so beautiful. This area here is where Travis dug it all up, and he made rows and put in hundreds of pumpkin plants. He was going to make a big pumpkin garden, but unfortunately, no matter what he did, the gophers ate everything. So it was a lot of work on his part, and we learned that you can't plant stuff in the dirt up here because it's going to get eaten. All right, zip back around, and this is back up to the driveway. Here's my old trailer I got from my sister Patricia, and that shed there used to house the horses. They loved sitting in there when it was raining in the front pasture. We would rotate the pastures. There's the front driveway going out to the street, and more firewood. So if you look up here, you see the driveway circles around, so it's kind of neat because you can't see the road, you can't see the house from the road, so it's really nice. There's my old Chevy pickup, the pool in the front of the house. You can see the nice metal roof we put on there. I'm gonna have to do that to the shop one of these days. Match everything up. And there's the wood splitter and proof that I split wood next to it. And another bathtub. I've got 3 bathtubs. They used to be down in the pastures, and they had flow controls for the horses. But no more horses, so we brought them up here and just using them for gardening purposes. Well, that's the tour of the property. Now you know what I'm doing in my isolation chamber here. The Lord has provided such a beauty that it's undeniable of His existence. That's it.